It's ahoy, Buccaneers. The ship is cruising, the cannons are loaded, and the crew is ready for another raid. This Wednesday night, we must take our Buccaneerism to Polokwane to face Sekhukhune United. Go Old Peter Mokaba Stadium. No Scotini for us this time. It's fine. We will take the points from away. But can you smell the tension in the air? It's time to remind people why they call us the happy people. Even the person who's coaching the other team knows why we are called the happy people and should treat us as such. So fresh off schooling the noisy neighbors, honano ka weekend at the derby ka 1-0 nyana ele ya rona eneling sweet nyana. You know, some people feel like we might have stolen the game. We know that it was in our hands from the beginning to the end. So will it be another defensive masterclass from Sekhukhune? We are going to discuss that. Yes, we are doing the preview. Betway Premiership once again. Orlando Pirates versus Sekhukhune. We are going to go through formations. We're going to go through predicted lineups. We're going to go through team news. And maybe we'll look at who to watch out for when it comes to our opponents. So stick around for that. And of course, we're going to end off with the score predictions, and yeah, you know that's the part that I enjoy the most. So please buckle up, make sure the sails are set. We are about to go into the match preview, but before we kick off, let us go and hit the like, subscribe to be notified, and then hit the share button so that we can grow the Buccaneer community. Danko in advance. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's a warm welcome back to the Happy People TV Orlando Pirates fan channel. I am joined by Mr. Coach, my technical director here at the Happy People TV. My Fethu was popping dog. Thoughts and feelings going into the game.
Ora Prayaga, first of all, naki healthy, happy, kemnati as a Buccaneer. Going into the game. Hey, Mfethu, this is actually going to be a real test, a real match. So we actually have a real Mfethu. To lose 1-0. Mara arska boga bona Mfethu. Sekhukhune. Hey, honestly, I always feel like I need to give him credit if I'm going to speak about him. Shout out to him. Great coach. Great couple of seasons, the top flight. I never look forward to going up against his side. So, I know we have a tough ask up ahead of us going into the game. And Aknana Stadium sila sabona sila. So yeah, spanning. We actually have our job set up for ourselves this time around.
Tapeke Tonsale Stellenbosch is one of those clubs that have perfected the defensive game against big teams, but at the same time, they've also perfected attacking against the smaller teams. What does that mean? It means they are a problem on the log. They will always be in and around. They're going to take those points from the big teams, and they are going to beat the teams that are lower than them. The tough times is usually against both Stellenbosch that have a similar philosophy to them, because then it's a 50-50. It depends who's ready to attack on that day. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one for us. What are your initially, what do you feel like we need to get in the game? How important is the 3 points, especially looking ahead to the next game against Sundowns?
Yeah, like we had said in the previous ball watching it today, in fact, so this week is huge. It's probably the biggest week we'll have in terms of our title aspirations this season. The 3 points against Chiefs was very important. The same thing is true for Gamers, Sekhukhune. We need to go basically to Loftus, the Kava Hore. If we beat them, their point gap is over. We're basically on level ground again. So for that to happen, we first have to beat Sekhukhune. And like you say, they are a very robust side, dog. It's not going to be easy to beat them. They remind me of having to go to Bidvest Stadium on any given day was never a good idea, bro. Yeah, so Sekhukhune have that thing about them. Hey, if you look at Makhaula, he is their right wing, currently tops the league for chances created. So He's definitely going to keep us busy on that left-hand side. But Hoto has covered. He's got the engine, but we're definitely going to have to deal with him.
Okay.
He's got something up his sleeve. There's Sipho Mbule, who's just a super talent, to be completely honest. Had a tough time at Sundowns, but now he's finding himself again, playing at a really high level. He's going to be some trouble in that midfield. Mr. Cash will have him covered, but he will have his work cut out for him as well. They've got Otladisa, a player at the end of the day. We didn't sign him because of the Knicks.
Is he allowed to play against us, Otladisa?
Quite, I don't know if Paris does that thing in their loan contracts.
Is it a club to club thing or is it a league thing?
Yeah, I'm more PSL Sundowns for the years. So I don't know if it's become norm. I don't know if he won't be playing, but if he's an option, hopefully not, he would be causing some trouble. They've got Lindam Tambomfe to do a whole lot of experience, got PSL proven.
Yeah, of course.
So in the midfield problem, and they've got their striker who now their number 9, whose name has slipped my mind. He's also got 5 goals in 13 appearances, which is a pretty decent return, especially if you're not talking about league toppers, log toppers. So they've got basically their front 4 are going to give us a full evening of work, and they've got a very robust midfield. They set up Velaka 4-2-3-1, similar to us, so it's going to be a very tough midfield battle. I think, overall, the club will be tough to deal with. Marco Pele.
Yeah, you know what? They've got names. It's not Boyeli you were thinking about, nah?
It was.
Okay. Andy Boyeli. Where is he from? He seems a little bit okay. I didn't like him, but from the highlights that I've seen, someone this season, they're not an easy team to play against. Okay, Mr. Coach. With all that considered, how do you feel about us going into the game? You saw us in our last game. Do you have any team news in terms of injuries? I don't know about the fitness of Van Rooyen. It's always up and down, you know. Our previous game, going into this game, any team news that you can that you found out, and if you haven't found out anything, the team, how do you feel like it is going into this game?
No, as far as I know, we have our full squad available aside from Nda. Nda seems to be training with the club, but I don't think he's match fit yet. So but otherwise, I think we have a full complement of our squad. And I think it's good enough. I promise it's the last time I mention it until it becomes relevant again. This is one of those games where, like I said, it's going to be a game of fine margins. It could be 1 moment or 2 moments. Those are the games you kind of want selling on the pitch for. But okay, I'm not going to dwell on that too much. Otherwise,
why not?
It's going to be a game of moments.
Duela.
That's because selling every video. Maybe accept some fit.
Yeah, you know what's weird, bro?
Yeah.
What's weird is that we keep on seeing him for the training video, about the training picture. They be excited, but nobody ever says anything. And then he never
Not
plays.
even in the match day squad, bro. Not even in the match day squad, bro. Sometimes you don't even see him in the stands. So, love to see him back. But like I was saying, I think
did that video make it to the internet?
It did.
So there's nothing more we can do. Yeah.
Maybe I'll go by then. I'll go molling and fit to a Fraser Crane with a story or something.
Yeah, I'm Fraser Crane.
I blind. But yeah, so which I guess I'll enter into that part. Sekhukhune will be a tough side to play. And I'm going to mention this particular thing here up until the end of the season. The fact that we let go of 2 wingers on loan, leaving ourselves with Mofokeng, Nkota, and Hoto. On the right wing, Nkota can't necessarily play 90 minutes yet. And a tough team like Sekhukhune, you would need somebody that can push them for a little bit longer. If he is outmarked in that situation, set a short, we have to pull him off. What do we do? We put on a fullback.
Sure.
Yeah, and one other thing that unfortunately I'm going to keep mentioning when it comes to our wingers, we gave away 2 of our wide players on loan in the transfer window and made nothing to replace them. This is going to affect us going for the rest of the season because no, Sekhukhune, by the way, it's Royal Chiefs, an intense game, a very tough game physically for the players. They have to now travel to Polokwane, and then we're going to have to start Mufukeng Linkota. Basically, they're our first options. Exactly.
And the next game, and the next game. Yeah.
Nkota Mfethu is not really at a stage where he can play 90 minutes grande where he's contributing, so we kind of have to
I believe he can. I believe he is at that stage.
Can he affect the game for 90 minutes? He can stay on the pitch, yes. But I've seen him.
Saleng doesn't affect the game for 90 minutes.
Different thing entirely, brother.
No, what I'm trying to say is that
the breadwinner.
Tabaya affect the game for 90 minutes. Overrated. I mean,
okay, why was so? Shep.
Yeah.
Nkota, we rely on him to be a winger, as in create chances, take on his fullback, but mostly create chances on the wing, right? Play like a typical winger, play balls in. Saleng, on the other hand, yes, we want him to do that. We expect that from him as a wide player, but his biggest contribution is goals. He's a proven goal scorer. So even when he's having a bad night or a bad day, you know that he still has a goal in him. Nkota isn't at that level yet, so
leaving him now that doesn't sound like affect the game for 90 minutes.
Okay, fair. The thing is, think about it in the 78th minute.
Yes.
When his legs are done.
Yeah.
Not likely to get you a goal, not likely to get you an assist. Not that he won't, but not likely to get you an assist, not likely to create a chance. Saleng, in the same time, is still likely to get you a goal. That's the difference.
How often okay, first of all, how long did it take for him to become that guy?
Saleng,
yeah.
Day one. Go check the stats, Baba. I think his first game was when he dealt with Sundowns.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly. So yeah. Don't
I was
trying to numbers, my bro.
I was trying to make a case for experience, young Todd. But no, it's fine. I mean, I think at the end of the day, he's not supposed to be able to affect every game for 90 minutes. He's a youngster. He just came into the squad.
Exactly. You are making my point. So we're taking that guy who does not have a full season, doesn't even have 15 league games in his belt professionally. We're relying on him to be our outlet on the right for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And because we can't, what do? We bring on a fullback instead. That's going to be a problem.
What do we do? Yeah, I know. It's a doozy. Okay, Fede, I appreciate it. At least we have a full strength squad. I don't know how much of an impact that makes looking at the squad, if you know what I mean. But largely everybody's available. We'll see how everything goes in that sense. Hopefully we don't get any more injuries and everything, because even though this is a tough must-win game, there's another tough must-win game right after that. And it's supposed to be the toughest game of the first half of the season. And of course, we are going to have it SL 14 games. Which is probably going to be happening in 28, 29 games. But I just wanted to...
March, actually. I think it's in March, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, the next Sundowns game.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Okay, so I just wanted to take a look at the standings before we get into the predicted lineups there. So... Sundowns at the top, 36 points, no losses. Us, we have 2 losses, 6 points behind Sundowns. And then if we do win our game in hand, this game against Sekhukhune, we will be 3 points behind. I just want to make sure I'm getting everything right in terms of wins and losses. Yeah, Sundowns has 1 loss. I just needed to clarify that. Yeah, they have 1 loss. Sekhukhune, we have 2 games in hand on them. So they have 14 games played. We have 12 games played. After this, if they had to win, they go up to 27 points, which would keep them at 4th. The best team above them, below us, Polokwane City. So yeah. Just before we go into predicted lineups, I'm so sorry. The fact that Sekhukhune is playing at home, what does that do for the game? Because I think they're more scary when they're away. Escoti. The fact that they're at
I don't
home, how do you think
I
that's
don't
going to affect the game?
I don't think so. I think they spend more time training Old Peter Mokaba. They're a little bit more familiar with that atrocity that's happening on that pitch.
Mhm.
Um, they're more comfortable. I have their fans behind them. The climate, it's a small difference between Limpopo and Gauteng, but it still exists. So those little small things I think bundled together make them feel at home. You know, Vetuscotini Slaughterhouse. I
Yes.
think Lekodi pre-game analysis that other teams when they're in the boardroom and discussing it, they don't call it Orlando Stadium, they call it Slaughterhouse themselves.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So they go there knowing hore da re ako dibuyang teng. And mas ngabuya nje at least. But they don't have that kind of mentality now playing go their home pitch. So it will make a difference. They will have that small advantage.
Mm, mm. Okay, so I get it now. Also, like we said in the intro, would it be another defensive masterclass and stuff like that? So I was just wondering whether it's going to play to our advantage or not if they don't do too much defending.
I don't think they will, bro. Sekhukhune has ball players. A lot of
They
ball
do,
players.
they
They can
do.
play
So
football.
you
They
think
can, yeah.
it's going to be another toe-to-toe game?
If I know Mr. Siema well, we are
Yeah.
going to watch a game of football.
Nice, nice. Okay. I guess that is a nice segue to move into the predicted lineups. Lilona in the comments, guys. You can throw in who you would like to start, even if it's just one player or two players that you feel like this person needs to start. If not that, then your full lineup so that we can see who your preferred players and formations are going into the game. So without any further ado, I'll begin the formation. So I've got your formation in front, your predicted lineup here in front of me, Mr. Coach. Care to explain?
Yeah, now first of all, I'm not happy. That's the lineup that I think we should go with. I am very much concerned. Makhaula Mfethu had a hell of a shift on Saturday.
True.
We're gonna need him Kopolokwane, and we're gonna need him again Koloftas. I think it's a bit too much. Um Fokeng, Tito, we have no choice but to start them. Lemabasa would have liked to give him a bit of a rest. Can't. He has to start. That being said, I think we need to go with our strongest side, choose Sekhukhune, because that's the one that I believe can get us the result. And without having to explain too much, I think that is from our available players, that is our strongest 11.
Yeah. Mabasa up front. Where's I think
Oh,
experiment how you in the starting 11? Is that just for rotation purposes?
in fact, so we match fit, and this is a must win. This is a must win. He's not match fit yet. Oh no, sorry, I forgot to get to yeah, that's the little bit of rotation I'm trying to get done. That little bit of rotation. I also think we need to start getting a match fit as well. So
yeah,
I think
he honestly needs to be at the races. Like, there's no two ways about it, and it doesn't. Yeah. It I think it's a positive that Mbata is hit and miss at the moment, so that Waseboja can get more game time. But the question mark is there. The question mark is there when it comes to our rotation, and I wonder when it's going to get answered. So re tla bona ka Kamachita, but yeah, in my opinion, very typical starting 11. I don't see.
Yeah, by the way,
yeah.
Sorry, even though you can say so, I don't see Jose starting Mbata. Like, I think Mbata is one of the first names on the team sheet.
Okay. Yeah, Yazin. In games where our combination playing is not working, you've got the cutback to Mbata for the shot, and he seems to find that one pass per half. That one eye of the needle pass per half. He's hit and miss. That's what hit and miss is all about.
Sure.
So the thing is, why you're keeping him on. That's the issue.
Babe. You know what I think, bro? I think this is the kind of game warehouse in a plan in terms of the chance you bring on Mbata in the 70th minute, 65th, so you can have a few shots. I don't think you started.
Okay, cool. So we can have a few shots.
Yeah, I'm fit.
Sounds like training, bro. But anyway, anyway, now predicted 11 young. Ke behile lebitso ko right back. I kept Rasebocha like you did in the midfield. And then I did not start Tito. Funny enough, I feel like in the spirit of being away, and if I have to do some rotation that's not going to mess up my game plan, those are the two changes I would make. Yes, it is. It's basically a revamp of our midfield because no Mbata and no Tito. But I feel like Rasebocha and Makhaula double pivot, they're giving Dlamini freedom because Dlamini, hey, Gembono Ray, man. I don't know if it was a discussion on this channel or what, but then we realized that this is a luxury player when it comes to defending.
Yes,
So,
you're not going to find energy there and burst.
Engine. I want an engine. I get Tesla. Okay, and then Mabasa still up front. I honestly, and Marco, I did not start Hoto, so I am looking for options off of the bench in this game.
Never thought there'd be a day where I start Hoto and you bench him.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, that is how it is in my formation, and yeah, I mean, the people will say in the comments how they would like to rotate or if they feel like we should go full strength. But just to wrap up what's going on in my formation, it's still the youngsters on the wings. I believe they will.
Okay, but what's a question before I go pay?
Yeah.
So Utomile Kamako and
Yes.
So who does also come on for Nkota or Mako?
It will depend on the game.
I feel.
I want to be able to make substitutes depending on what's going on. It's because now I'm throwing in Hail Mary. Yeah. So starting with the full strength squad and chasing the game and then chasing the game with Lamine. I mean, it has worked for us before, but it's usually not for chasing the game. It's usually for maybe it's getting too frantic in the middle and we need to consolidate. By the way, I was really not happy with him coming on halftime in the last game. But it is what it is, you know. We're always going to be amazed when it comes to Jose. And we just
what I think the issue is, bro?
Yeah.
I'm not a midfielder that are match fit, ready to come on, besides Dlamini.
Whose fault is that? Have they been injured?
Management, coach, Balichu. Management, coach.
Yeah, well, I'm a Buccaneer. Please don't feel like we are being too maybe it's cynical or giving too much criticism. That's in a negative sense. We are just looking at our competitors and we are saying, hey, how are we going to compete with that? That's the first thing. The second thing is that we know that we are going for all trophies. So we don't want to be left behind. If nobody else made any signings, I think like across Africa, if nobody made signings,
Africa can fail.
Even the rest of Africa and nobody made signings, except we were a big club. We are supposed to be active in transfer markets, not the way it's about the big club. Yeah, I'm just going to switch back to the original screen right now so that we can wrap up our score predictions. Ne, Braga?
Yes.
So, Mr. Coach, it's time to put your faith in a score. And the mic never catches that. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
Really?
The mic never catches it. It's time to put your faith in a score. Sekhukhune United, Orlando Pirates, Wednesday night, 7:30, Old Peter Mokaba Stadium, Jose versus Nolo. How do you see the scores going?
I think we win the game 2-1. I think Sekhukhune definitely pose a threat and they will get a goal. Hey, we have been conceding lately. Okay, I'm on a tangent for a bit. Hey, Bafeto, Chain saves us so many times. So many goals we should have been conceding this season. Chain is like, not on my watch.
Yep.
So I think he will also one of those games where he will be very
In
important
the
in that
spirit
regard.
of Valentine's Day, we shall give him his flowers.
Sure,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think we will concede a goal because they just possess a threat, Kara. But I think we can also manage to put 2 goals behind them. Like I said, I think it'll be a game of some special moments. One special moment,
Will
maybe
be
if we
enough.
score first.
100.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it'll be one of those games where we just say thank you to our savior. I'm looking at Gabriel Jamini. This is kind of one of those games where he just shapang a nice free kick or a nice shot out of the box into the back of the net type of game. So yeah, I think we'll win it 2-1 though. I think we have enough to win the game. I'm honestly more concerned about how much of a toll winning this game will have on our players.
How much will it take, and how much of that will be a toll for the next game? That's very interesting. That is very valid as a point. Talking about points. My score prediction is, I'm sad to say that I wouldn't be surprised at another 1-1. I think have I ever gotten a prediction correct? I don't know, but I think I've gotten something. I've gotten them close.
You did actually. You did. 3-1.
Yeah. Away.
Correct.
Okay. Great. Ding for me. So Fede, Sekhukhune United. Here's the reality, Mr. Coach, and you just alluded to it. We have to go all out in order to beat them. Can we do that? My score prediction is 1-1. It goes like this. We have to go all out to beat them. Will we do that? My score prediction is 1-1. That's how it goes. What's the score prediction? Well, we have to go all out. Yeah. So anyway, it's England. It's very delicately poised in this one. It's going to be a humping, especially for Leshonol. I know when the year started, one of his New Year's resolutions was to beat Pirates at home this season and next season and every other season. So yes, Buffett, I think it is your turn now. It is going to be a big game. Everybody wants these points. Sekhukhune also wants to see themselves in the Champions League. They also want to make a name for themselves so that we are not just talking about them as a threat, but as a real club. It's going to be tough. Who do you think will win? Let's get your score predictions. Put your faith in a score down below in the comment section below. Tina Sevala, Mr. Coach. Any last words?
Mapagania ngicela manishale Limpopo nonke Mapagania that are anywhere near Old Peter Mokaba Stadium. Please go to the stadium and try to make that as difficult as you can for Sekhukhune. The boys will need it. Otherwise, thank you Mapagania.
Dango.